Have you ever wondered who truly shaped history behind the scenes? In the vast lands of North America, long before borders and cities existed, women were the quiet yet unstoppable force of their nations. They were warriors, healers, leaders, and keepers of stories. Their courage carried entire communities through wars, forced removals, and cultural survival. And yet, so often, their names are forgotten. In many Native nations, women held immense authority. Among the Iroquois, clan mothers had the power to appoint or remove chiefs, influencing decisions that shaped the future of the Confederacy. Leadership was not solely a male domain. Women were advisors, decision-makers, and moral guides. In the Cherokee Nation, beloved women held seats in councils, decided matters of war and peace, and even had the authority to pardon captives. They were central to the political and spiritual life of the nation, embodying balance and wisdom. The Navajo and Lakota women nurtured families, maintained spiritual rituals, and preserved traditions. They were skilled in farming, weaving, and ceremonies, ensuring that knowledge of the land and the spirits of ancestors survived. In these societies, courage was not only shown on the battlefield. It was reflected in everyday life, feeding families through hardship, guiding the young, and maintaining cultural identity. Women's authority extended into sacred practices. They were healers, storytellers, and ritual leaders, acting as bridges between generations. Their courage was continuous, quiet, and essential. Even as European colonization disrupted these societies, women adapted, preserving core traditions and safeguarding the spirit of their people. The history of Native American women is rich with individuals whose actions left an indelible mark. Sacagawea, a Shoshone woman, guided the Lewis and Clark expedition. Carrying her infant son on her back, she navigated unknown lands, offered linguistic skills and knowledge of edible plants, and served as a symbol of peace when the explorers encountered other tribes. Her courage was both practical and symbolic, demonstrating that strength can exist in care and guidance as well as in physical endurance. Lozin, a Cherokee Apache warrior, combined combat skills with spiritual insight. She could sense enemy movements and led her people alongside her brother Victorio. Lozin risked her life repeatedly to protect her community, escorting women and children safely through enemy territory. Her bravery encompassed both battlefield courage and profound strategic intelligence. Buffalo Calf Road Woman, a Northern Cheyenne, saved her brother during the Battle of Rosebud and inspired warriors at the Battle of Little Bighorn. Oral tradition remembers her as striking a blow that shifted the course of battle. She exemplifies how women actively shaped historical events, even if official records omitted their contributions. Weetamoo, the Wampanoag leader during King Philip's War, commanded hundreds of warriors and negotiated alliances. She demonstrated political courage, strategic leadership, and resilience in the face of colonization, leaving a legacy of strength that resonates within her community. Countless unnamed mothers, healers, and storytellers also displayed immense courage. They ensured the survival of their communities, preserving culture, language, and traditions through years of oppression. Courage often reveals itself not through weapons, but through the quiet acts of care and knowledge. For Native American women, being a healer or a keeper of tradition demanded immense bravery. Across tribes, women were entrusted with sacred knowledge of medicinal plants, remedies, and spiritual practices. Cherokee medicine women knew hundreds of plants and their applications, from teas that reduced fever to poultices for wounds and ritual herbs used to cleanse the spirit. Lakota women combined healing with ceremony, recognizing that wellness involved body, mind, and spirit. To be a healer was to take responsibility for lives, often under scrutiny or danger. Colonists and missionaries frequently dismissed native medicine as superstition or punished those who practiced it. Yet women persisted, working in secrecy to ensure the continuity of cultural wisdom. Beyond healing, women preserved stories and songs. In cultures that relied on oral tradition, forgetting a story meant losing a piece of collective identity. Women recited legends, creation myths, and songs to children, embedding history and morality into daily life. Even under colonization, when languages and ceremonies were suppressed, women continued to teach in whispers, safeguarding culture through the most perilous times. They also led ceremonies marking birth, marriage, and death, ensuring continuity in spiritual life. These women were anchors, maintaining connections between generations and keeping cultural memory alive. The true test of courage often comes in resistance to erasure. During the 19th century, Native women faced forced removal, loss of lands, and systemic attempts to suppress their identity. The Trail of Tears exemplifies this struggle. Women carried infants, the elderly, and vital supplies across miles of treacherous terrain. Many suffered illness and hunger, yet continued to protect and feed their families, often at the cost of their own lives. Their bravery was manifested in endurance, sacrifice, and determination. Women were also the guardians of language and culture. Boarding schools punished children for speaking native languages, attempting to erase ancestral knowledge. Mothers and grandmothers resisted by teaching songs, stories, and prayers in secret. These acts of quiet defiance were crucial for cultural survival. Even ceremonial practices were preserved under duress. Women disguised rituals as family gatherings, embedding spiritual teachings in art, clothing, and crafts. They carried seeds and knowledge across new lands, ensuring that the physical and spiritual sustenance of their people would continue. In modern times, Native women continue this legacy through activism. Water protectors at Standing Rock exemplify this courage, defending sacred lands and advocating for environmental justice. Today's resistance is an extension of centuries of care, ensuring survival and continuity of culture. The courage of Native American women continues to inspire. Leaders like Deb Haaland represent Native voices at national and global levels. Artists and writers preserve and reinterpret cultural memory for new audiences. Environmental advocates defend sacred lands, connecting ancient traditions to modern challenges. Every ceremony, story, and spoken word is part of a living legacy. These women show that courage is multifaceted, spiritual, political, and decisions, and cultural, and that the strength of one generation sustains the next. From Sacagawea to Lozon, Buffalo Calf Road Woman, Weetamoo, and countless unnamed mothers, healers, and storytellers, Native American women have defined courage in diverse and profound ways. Their bravery, whether on the battlefield, in the home, or within the heart of tradition, has ensured survival and inspired generations. Their legacy continues today in leaders, activists, and artists who preserve culture, defend land, and educate the world. Courage is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet, persistent, and transformative. If these stories inspired you, subscribe to our channel, share these tales, and help keep the voices of Native women alive. Join us in exploring more stories of resilience, history, and culture that shape our world today.